Argentina is a country of powerful emotions, deep crises, and unforgettable moments. From vibrant streets filled with music and football to empty wallets and rising prices. This is a nation where celebration and struggle exist side by side. In recent years, Argentina has faced one of the worst economic crises in its history. Inflation didn't just rise, it exploded. Prices changed so fast that salaries became outdated within weeks. Everyday life turned into a constant calculation. But while the economy was collapsing, something extraordinary was about to happen. In 2022, Argentina captured the attention of the entire world. Not because of money, but because of football. Led by Lionel Messi, Argentina won the FIFA World Cup. For a moment, the crisis disappeared. The streets became a sea of blue and white. Victory gave the people something money couldn't buy, hope. But when the celebrations ended, reality came back stronger than ever. Argentina is not a poor country by nature. It is a country rich in land, resources, and human capital. Yet for decades, it has struggled to turn that wealth into stability. To understand Argentina today, we need to go back to its economic history. In the early 20th century, Argentina was one of the richest countries in the world. Its economy rivaled that of France and Germany. But prosperity did not last. Repeated military coups, political instability, and populist economic policies slowly weakened the system. Governments spent more than the country earned, hoping growth would catch up later. Instead, inflation became a permanent feature of daily life. By the late 20th century, inflation was no longer measured in percentages, but in fear. Savings could lose value in weeks. Wages chased prices, but never caught them. In 2001, everything collapsed. Banks froze accounts. The peso lost most of its value. Millions of Argentinians fell into poverty almost overnight. People took to the streets, banging pots and pans in protest. The phrase, "Que se vayan todos," they all must go, echoed across the country. Trust in institutions was shattered. Although Argentina recovered temporarily, the cycle never truly ended. Debt returned, inflation returned, and confidence disappeared again. Today, inflation once more shapes everyday life. Prices change faster than salaries. Supermarkets update labels constantly. People rush to spend money before it loses value. The US dollar has become an unofficial second currency. Many Argentinians think in dollars, save in dollars, and dream in dollars. The peso, for many, feels like borrowed time. Yet despite all of this, life goes on. Cafes are full, streets are alive, and humor survives even in crisis. Because in Argentina, economic instability is not just a statistic. It is a lived experience, passed down from one generation to the next. And just when the weight of reality feels unbearable, Argentina finds relief in something else. Not money, not politics, but football. When the economy fails, people look elsewhere for meaning. In Argentina, that place has always been football. Football is not just a sport here. It is identity. It is memory. It is escape. And at the center of it all stands one name: Lionel Messi. For years, Messi carried a strange burden. He was the greatest player of his generation, yet many felt something was missing. He had conquered Europe, but not yet the world for Argentina. Final after final ended in heartbreak. Lost Copa America finals, a lost World Cup final in 2014. Each defeat felt personal, not just for Messi, but for the nation itself. Criticism followed him everywhere. Some questioned his leadership. Others compared him endlessly to Maradona. The weight was enormous. Then came 2022. Argentina arrived in Qatar carrying more doubt than confidence. The shock loss to Saudi Arabia seemed to confirm old fears. Once again, hope looked fragile. But something changed. Match by match, Messi transformed the pressure into purpose. He didn't just play football, he led. Goals, assists, moments of calm when chaos threatened to return. Each touch felt symbolic. Each celebration felt collective. Back home, the country stopped. Work paused. Streets emptied. Entire cities synchronized around 90 minutes of football. For a few weeks, inflation disappeared from conversation. Politics went quiet. The crisis waited outside. In the final, Argentina faced France. A match that felt less like a game and more like a test of endurance. Joy, panic, relief, all within 2 hours. And when Messi lifted the trophy, something deeper happened. It wasn't just victory, it was release. People cried in the streets, strangers hugged, fireworks filled the sky. For a brief moment, Argentina forgot its problems. Not because they were solved, but because hope had returned. Messi did what economics could not. He gave people a reason to smile again, a memory strong enough to survive the next crisis. But the celebrations eventually faded. Bills returned, prices rose again, and reality came back quietly. Because in Argentina, football can heal, but it cannot fix everything. Celebrations do not last forever. In Argentina, they never do. When the streets finally emptied and the flags came down, daily life returned. Prices were still rising, wages were still falling behind. The crisis had only been paused, not erased. Inflation continued to reshape ordinary routines. Shopping became calculation. Saving became impossible. Planning for the future felt almost unrealistic. For many families, survival depended on adaptation, second jobs, informal work, leaving the country altogether. Young Argentines began looking outward. Spain, Italy, the United States. Anywhere stability seemed more than a temporary illusion. Yet something had changed after the World Cup. People spoke differently, not with optimism, but with resilience, as if they had been reminded of who they were. Argentina has lived through collapse before, hyperinflation, debt defaults, political chaos, and each time society bent, but did not break. Football did not fix the economy, but it reminded people of unity, of collective identity in a time when trust in institutions felt fragile. The question remained unanswered. How long can pride replace stability? Argentina is a country of contradictions, rich in culture, talent, and natural resources, yet trapped in cycles of economic instability. Its people are used to uncertainty. They learn to adapt faster than systems can reform. They laugh, protest, celebrate, and endure, often at the same time. The story of Argentina is not just about crisis. It is about persistence. A nation that keeps going, even when logic says it shouldn't. A society that turns pain into identity and struggle into narrative. Messi lifting the World Cup was not an ending. It was a reminder that moments of joy still exist, that unity is still possible, that pride can survive even when currencies collapse. Argentina's future remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. This is not a country waiting to give up. It is a country waiting for its next chance. And until that moment comes, Argentina moves forward the only way it knows how, together.